Murdered Inverkip teenager Margaret Fleming will be remembered at a poigant vigil on Greenock's Esplanade this month. Two local women, Shana MacArthur and Fiona MacLean, were so moved by the recent TV documentary about her disappearance and subsequent conviction of her killer carers Eddie Cairney and Avril Jones, that they wanted to hold a public act of remembrance. They are inviting members of the public along to the event, on Sunday, January 26. Shana said, "I have been following the story from when Margaret went missing, right up to the documentary. I just thought I couldn't leave it like that, it was just awful. I know those two have been done with murder and her body has never been found. I would have wanted her to know that as people from Inverclyde we are here for her and she's not alone. We put a post on Facebook and it just snowballed from there. We already have around 200 people coming along so far. I was really upset about what happened to Margaret and absolutely ashamed of what the poor lassie has been through. She must have felt so alone. Wherever she may be, all these people are here for her, she is loved and she will not be forgotten." Shana said people will be invited to switch on their lights on their mobile phones and bring flowers to throw into the Clyde. She said, "We want to have a sea of flowers." Fiona told the telly, "We wanted to show a bit of respect and that folk do care." Cairney and Jones, who were handed life sentences and a minimum 14-year terms, have refused to say how they disposed of Margaret's body. The vulnerable teenager had learning difficulties and her old school pal Gillian Sherrod McCulloch, who attended Slaymuir Primary with her, took part in the recent BBC documentary. Along with friend Lynn Foreman and others, she established a fund and raised £1,500 to build a memorial to Margaret. They both support the gesture of a vigil in her memory. Gillian said, "I will be going to the vigil. I think it is a lovely idea. We are still in talks with various people about a permanent memorial for Margaret too." The documentary was really hard to watch. Seeing those two in court and hearing details about the case was hard. I felt like it was important to take part in the documentary to help give Margaret a voice and share memories about her childhood, from when she was happy. Lynn, a secretary at St Michael's Primary in Port Glasgow, said, "I think the vigil is a very nice way to remember Margaret." Shortly after the documentary was screened, it was announced that a major probe into the way Margaret's case was handled is set to get underway. The fully independent investigation, a significant case review, SCR, will examine the actions of all officials who had responsibility for Margaret. People who would like to for more on this story, visit the news article link.